Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Florentin, and in this video I'd like to do an acoustic guitar repair, a small repair, right here on the camera, and hopefully I can pull this off. I'm talking about, this is a classical guitar that I use in my classroom to teach students in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade right now. And every now and then one of these tuning pegs come off, either because the guitar gets dropped on its side, on the keys, or simply because these tuners are very cheap and they don't hold that well. It's an inexpensive guitar. It's the Lucida guitar that I've been using for many years, and I'm kind of getting rid of them right now. I got new guitars. In my last couple videos, I was talking about some of the Epiphone guitars I got in my classroom. But anyways, this is one of the older guitars that I'll try to fix in this video. And again, it's the key over here. And what I do now, I'm not a guitar repair person, obviously, so I'm probably doing something wrong. So if some of you are guitar repair people, you're probably going to notice certain things that I'm doing wrong, and that's fine. I'm just trying to make do with what I have and what I know. So basically, I keep two or three of these that are already damaged, like cracked or not working at all anymore, for spare parts, such as these tuning pegs. So I have a spare set of keys for one side, and on the classical they look something like this. It's from a similar classical model. It's a little bit different. You'll see when I'm done, if I'm able to do this. It's a little bit shorter at the ends, but it does not affect the holes for the screws nor the functionality, so it's going to be just fine. It's also a little bit darker in color than the original, if you take a look, but you know, it doesn't really matter. These guitars are not for show, they're not for live performance, they're just for being used in my classroom by beginner players. So the first thing I would do is I'm using this is an eyeglass screwdriver, with the two ends. That's what I use. That's the flat end there, so I'm not going to use that. So I'm opening the other end, okay, which is a sort of a Phillips, but it's very small, and it usually fits perfectly in the screw of this fixture. And I'm removing that. It shouldn't be too hard. And I'll keep these on the side, simply because the one that I'm replacing this with, I didn't keep the screws from that one. So here's the second one. There's usually 4 screws with these, and I'm really hoping that the holes will be matching with the other one. I think they will, because these are standard. So, and here's the 4th one. Now, one thing I forgot to say is that you'll have to remove the strings from this side. I already removed 2 of them by unwinding the string, but this one I couldn't do because I couldn't unwind it. That's the very reason I'm doing this repair. So then I can use, you can use a pair of pliers and kind of loosen it that way. Of course, you can just cut the string off, obviously, but the strings I have on here are not too old, so I try not to waste strings and money from my budget. So I do change the strings when they get too old, but these are not old at all, so I'll try to save the set. I'll try to use the same strings. Now I can do it by hand. So I didn't cut these off because I'm going to just put them back on right away as soon as I change the set on this side over here. And you can see it's already moving. Look, see, it's already coming off, and this is the only thing still holding it in place, this second string, which I didn't take off just yet. Of course, sometimes you can cut the string shorter when you put it in. I like to wind mine many times because it helps. There's a little loose piece there. It helps to keep the string in tune better if you wind the string around the whatever this thing is called, more than just a couple of times. So it helps to keep the guitar in tune. Okay, should pull right out. Okay, so this is out. And now what you do next, you simply grab it and kind of pull it out. See, it comes out. And the one that I'm changing it with, make sure you go this way, and hopefully it's a good fit. It kind of is. Okay, you have to kind of snap it in a little bit. And before I put the screws in, I'll just make sure that the things turn as I twist the pegs, and they work just fine. This one's bent a little bit, so it's moving a little bit harder. So that's just fine though. So it looks like a good fit. Now I would put the screws back in. Here we go. I don't think this has a magnet like your typical Phillips screwdriver, so I have to kind of hold it with my fingers as I try to put it back in. So this one's going back in. It seems to be a good fit for the, well, at least two of them. I'll show you in a second. This was a shorter, like I showed you, it's a shorter set. So it looks like only two of the holes are going to fit with the hole that's made in the wood already. So I'll have to see if that's strong enough a hold for the fixture. Let me see. Okay, so two of the screws fit in just fine. Unfortunately, the other two, the top and bottom, I would have to get a drill and pre-drill a hole in there and then put a screw in. I'm not gonna do that. I think that for now and for this guitar, two screws will have to do. It'll have to be just fine. Now it doesn't look good, as you can see. It doesn't look even because it's a different length set, and it's also possible that this would have worked better on the other side. But you know, I'm not going to care about that sort of detail because, again, these are very inexpensive guitars, and I'm just going to use it as best as I can, so it'll be just fine. Now I'll put the strings back on and see if everything holds fine. So here's my third string. Yeah, this one should go on the other side. It looks to me like that, like it should go on the other side. Okay. So like I said, I like to twist to wind up the string quite a few times, and I don't have my string winder here. It's gonna be a little bit annoying to do it by hand. If you know what a string winder is, you know, you just go like this and it's much quicker. So, okay, so I'm almost there with this one. You'll start hearing the pitch go up. Well, it's being muffled by another string, but here. So then you'll know that you're getting close. Second string, same thing. Running out of time here. This is before school, so I'm trying to get this done before I have to get ready for my classes. Alright, so I'm doing the second one now. Almost there. You can hear the pitch going up. The string is being muffled again. So let me. Here's the sound. So you can hear it going up. And here's the first string. We put this through. I like to put it through twice to make a loop and then put it back in through the hole, and that usually helps it lock in. But again, leave a belly there because you don't want you want to wind a lot of string. That's gonna help keep it in tune. That's what I do, anyways. And again, with a string winder, it's gonna be much quicker, much easier to get this done. Now, again, I'm not a guitar repair person by any means, and on my more expensive instruments, I would never do this kind of work. But on something like this that I bought a long time ago for my classroom, I think I bought these 12 years ago, and most of them are damaged already, and I've replaced them already with those Epiphones. So I can take a chance and try to kind of patch it up, kind of repair it, and use it for another couple of years maybe. This particular guitar here that I'm fixing now, it's pretty strong and sturdy. It's got a good sound, so I'd like to try and make it workable for at least a couple more years, if at all possible. I'm almost done. Then I'll tune the whole thing up for you and make sure it holds in tune and make sure everything works properly. You can hear the pitch already. Okay, so let me tune it up. Okay, so let's do a final tuning here. I think I have the Darios on here. I forget it's the red box, not the EJ45, which I usually use on my own guitars. It's the less expensive set for like $6. It's the red set, mediums. Okay, it sounds like it's holding up, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe the strings are kind of old. Okay, let's see. Maybe something across the fingerboard to see if it's holding in tune. Maybe they are kind of old. Maybe I should change them. But then again, the students in my class would do mostly chords and maybe scales over here, not all over the fingerboard, so it should be fine there, I think. So anyways, that's a pretty unprofessional repair, I think. It doesn't look even, colors are different, but you know what? If I can get 2 more years out of this guitar this way, I'll take this unprofessional repair. It seems to be working just fine. I think this is the end of my video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you're a guitar repair person, please be gentle. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just me trying to save this guitar for a year or two. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you get a chance. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you're welcome to do so if you want. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. Bye-bye now.